Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. We have an interconference showdown here in Boston where the Celtics will square off. And so off the tip, it's Boston. Jokic with the steal. To the right side. Outside Gordon. RJ, this could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Joe Mazzulla. David.
Now, I asked him if he has any plan for dealing with the multi-time MVP, Nikola Jokic. He said it's all about balance. If you defend Jokic too aggressively, he'll just kick it out to other guys softly, and he'll kill you inside. So balance is the key. Sounds like a tough balancing act to pull off, guys.
Thank you, David. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. We play just over a minute here in the first. The rebound by Holiday.
Had enough room to finish, and that's what he'll usually make.
Pass to Brown. Back to Tatum. Tipped away. Stolen by Gordon. And that one's good by Porter.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Boston again missing.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Holiday with the drive. Back to Porzingis. Looks for Holiday. Gets it to him. 6 to shoot. Here's White. And he converts the layup.
Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for him.
Yeah, the lid's now off, guys. Maybe they can rattle off a few more in a quick order.
Now here's Gordon. Here's Brown. At the crossover. Rips it home after the terrific move.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
The kick out to Brown. Off target with his 3. The Nuggets lead by 7. Here's Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
A constant threat around the rim. Gordon is an agile big who just throws it down with ease.
Outside Tatum. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Down low. And Jokic throws it down.
Oh, Jokic with attitude there. Love it.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
Here's Jokic following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Shakes him. And Watson slams it in.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Gordon. Outside for Murray. Back to Gordon. Three-pointer. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside Westbrook. And it's Jokic in the corner. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. It's Brown with the drive. Brown jams it in.
Was it just me, or was there a little bit extra on that slam by Brown?
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Brown inside. 1 second left. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Denver in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And this is a guy who just naturally draws fouls at a very high rate. That time Porter takes him off the bounce.
Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wemby's. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
Brown's shot is off.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
Outside Tatum. Shot clock at 5. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Russell Westbrook.
An active scorer, whenever Tatum forces the issue and goes at the defense, they have to compromise.
When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
Back to Saric. Here's Brown. And again, Denver, no good. Celtics trailed by 12. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Back to Porzingis. Now, Craig. Over in the corner, White. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Some solid defense from Saric. For 3, Westbrook. Outside for Murray. And a wide open look for Porter. The Nuggets with another miss. Celtics on offense. A 12-point game. Pass to Tatum. Back to Craig. Lets the three fly. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. The Nuggets making a switch here. The Nuggets leading by 9. Pass to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
So it's Denver now. Now, here's Jokic. Jokic rising up.
Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop, that thing is over.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Pass to Brown. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Celtics trail by 8. It's tipped and stolen by Watson. Pushing it up. Outside Westbrook. Outside for Murray. It's deflected. And Peyton Watson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Boston making a switch here. 1:14 left in the first half. Pass to Cornette. A three ball. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon. Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Here's Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency.
And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
To the middle. Here's Brown. And Brown throws it down.
There's that leaping ability. Brown, he just gets up so easy.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Porter. Rebounded by Tatum. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 7. And the dunk by Tatum.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
It's Brown on the wing. With 1 on the clock. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MOB physical. Get in position for the putback and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nuggets lead by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. The Nuggets leading by 5. Murray outside. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Taken away by Holiday. Over in the corner, White. Now Porzingis. His first shot coming late. And good that time. Porzingis has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Celtics.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside. Able to practically play on top of the D.
Taken away by Holiday. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Screen by Porzingis. Back to White. With a tie. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here's Brown. Porter inside. Pass to Brown. Clock at 6. In the corner, it's Westbrook. The second chance effort. They shoot again. White with the defensive effort. Celtics trail by 3. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Celtics making a switch here. Denver calls timeout. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Tatum on the wing. Top of the key, Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. The Celtics working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. And here is Tatum. The wide open look here for Holiday. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Holiday's got it all tied up now for Boston. Richard, so many things about Drew Holiday's game we love, but what impresses you most about his game?
Well, I know it's an easy answer, but it's his defense. It's hard to be a feared defender in the modern NBA, Kevin. But Holiday is such a pest at all times on that end of the floor.
Pass to Jokic to end the run, and Jokic throws it down.
Just so physical inside. Even with contact, Jokic able to fight through. Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
I now want to send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Pritchard. No good on the 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Above the rim, Westbrook making his presence felt.
Outside, Horford. To the inside. Cornette. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
The Celtics with the lead. The kick out to Holiday. To the paint. Here's Pritchard. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. So it's Denver now. Here's Murray. And Watson has it in the corner. Back to Murray. Pass to Watson. 3-pointer. Here's Jordan. And at last, they get one to fall. Jordan's got his first basket.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work in the glass. You literally practice that every day.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Westbrook drives in. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. That one is on Holiday.
Pretty much forcing his shot through. What a play by Westbrook.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Denver.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And finished off by Westbrook.
And you think Murray all about scoring, but Murray is about what helps his team win.
.35 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Pass to Pritchard. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
The Nuggets leading by 3. Outside Gordon. So here's Westbrook. Here's Jordan. It's hauled in by Cornette. 1 second left. We're at the end of the 3rd, and we've still got a close one. The Nuggets on top. They lead by 1. And do not go away.
He took his hand off the ball.
Just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next.
39.
Ladies and gentlemen, he ain't
And with
missing
3
that.
quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Celtics on offense. It's a 1-point game. The 3 from Tatum. The 3 from
I'm
Tatum.
activated!
Love seeing Tatum exhibit the passion that he has shown us tonight. Such a motivated performance by him.
Watson for 3. Rebound Boston. Here's White. And the layup falls. And the Celtics lead by 4.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
At the elbow, Westbrook. Back to Murray. Inside. Here's Watson. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Holiday. Good work there as it goes. Holiday's got the lead up to 4 now for Boston.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. was able to listen in on what David Adelman went over with his team. Now, he talked about keeping confidence. He said this game is close, but we know we're the better team. Now it's time to go out there and prove it. See if they can come back in this one, guys.
Thank you, David. Nice D from Porzingis.
There wasn't a lot of resistance there at the rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Here's Jordan to the left side wing. Rebounded by Tatum. Celtics leading by 4.
He just did a good foul.
Number 2 for him. Timeout called. Nuggets. The Nuggets making a switch here. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And we got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Brown feeling it out a bit. The kick out to Tatum. Brown outside. Outside, White. Back to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Over Porter. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
For 3, Murray. And again, Denver, no good. Celtics leading by 4. Back to Porzingis. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Big man coming through. Love whenever Porzingis puts his head down and just charges hard towards the basket. Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Outside, Porzingis.
2 minutes.
Fires for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
2nd personal foul. 1st team foul.
It's stolen by White. And there's the whistle. That's going to go on Christian Brown. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Celtics leading by 4. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Tatum no good. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Right side, Gordon. Lets it go from deep. And Michael Porter good for 3. And now just a 1-point Celtic lead.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's going in like this, watch out.
White left side. Outside Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And let's quickly check out
Yes,
the
sir.
down here for the Celtics.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. 1:04 left to play in the final quarter. Tatum with it. Good!
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to you deliver.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Gets the first, and that brings them within 2.
2 shots.
So he gets them both.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Oh no, that was a huge turnover. That cannot happen at this point in the game.
It's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Murray outside. Pass to Brown. And it's Jokic in the corner. Knocks down the 3.
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
Holiday with it. Now guarded by Porter.
You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his 3rd foul so far. When a situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much did it.
Brown outside. Can they get it? No good that time. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.